Hey Leon, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm as well as one can be in this current situation, but just trying to make the most of it. As you know, sorry for the mix up between the Skype and whatever. For some reason, my FaceTime thing isn't letting me record sound, which is very annoying. But
Nah, it's all
anyway,
good. It's all good.
how have you been over the last 4 weeks? I mean, or how's lockdown been for you?
I've been okay. I've been chilling with my family and spending time with my family, really. Doing a bit of home workout. Just taking it for what it is. Everyone's going through the same thing at the moment, so I'm just doing the best I can to stay busy and stay spending time with my family.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, there's although the current situation that we're in isn't the best, there are some positives in that you get to spend time with your family and you more so your son, because obviously you're not going to the gym 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, exactly. Get to spend more time and get to do more stuff with him. And so it's a blessing in disguise, really, because like I said, when you're in camp, you're doing 2 or 3 times a day. You come home, you're too tired to even do anything, you know what I mean? So it's good now to be able to spend time with him and do what he wants.
Okay, so it's now officially been 4 weeks. I do believe, yeah, UFC London was meant to be on the 21st of March. It's on the 21st of April now. Now that the dust is settled and everything, what were your thoughts on the entire situation?
I was shocked because I found out the week before, on the Sunday, before the fight, that the fight wasn't happening. I woke up Sunday morning, I got a phone call that the fight was called off, and they was trying to make it in the States, but couldn't get to the States on Sunday, which was impossible for me to get to the States on the same day. I was calling out coaches and stuff. So, yeah, apart from that, but once they they postponed the event on Monday, I was kind of relieved because I still be able to get a fight. I still be able to compete. You know what I mean? Afterwards, it's back to normal. So, now looking back at it, it is what it is now. Nothing I could have do to change it. It was out of my hands, and so it's one of them things, really.
Yeah, and what were your initial thoughts when you got the message? I assume from your management, and that they relayed the message from the UFC that they wanted you to get to America as soon as possible.
I was like, what? I couldn't believe that. It's like you got to leave right away because just get to London, because they're putting on a lot. I think they're doing the no flights from the Monday, so you have to leave on the Sunday. So there's you have to get to London, which I live in Birmingham, which is like a 2.5 hour drive to get to the airport. And I woke up at 9 o'clock, got a phone call at 9 o'clock. I had to get to the airport for half 11. It was just impossible for me to get my team together, to get everyone sorted. And so, yeah, I was pissed on Sunday. I was pissed on the Sunday. But like I said, on the Monday, when the whole event got cancelled anyway, it made sense why I didn't fly.
Yeah, and obviously this card was a massive one for you. I mean, you're on a crazy win streak now, and this was going to be your first headline act on home soil. What were the initial, I'm sure the emotions were just immediate disappointment and a bit of frustration, right?
Yeah, I was winded, I was disappointed, I was frustrated, but like I said, nothing I could have done about it. You know what I mean? I tried everything in my power I was even trying to get to the States, you know what I mean? Give me till Monday, let me try to get my team together, to see if we can do it then, but they said, no, you have to leave on Sunday, so I was disappointed, but like I said, as the weeks go on, I kind of just is what it is. Everyone's in the same situation. The event got cancelled anyway, so it was out of my hands. But yeah, the first 2-3 days, I was pissed off because I worked my old camp. I did a 10-week camp. I worked, you know what I mean? I was ready for this. This was one of my big moments, and headline a home show in my hometown was one of my dreams. Coming into the UFC, so it's one of them things. But I'm hoping that they reschedule the fight and we do London again.
Mm-hmm. And initially, one of the questions that many people were wondering as soon as the cancellation of the fight happened is, are the UFC going to take care of these guys? Now, what did the UFC initially say to you if they were going to give you any sort of financial stipend or just to tide you over until you are able to fight next?
Started didn't really say nothing about financial, but I know as the weeks go on, I seen something on Twitter doing the cover us for accounts and stuff, and they actually did. So that's fair play to them that they covered the camp and they actually sent me money for the camp, and so it was all good.
Okay, that's good because obviously, well, I don't know about yourself, but other fighters I know, a lot of them pay their coaches up front because obviously the coaches need to be paid monthly going into a camp, and then that would leave them out of pocket. But it's good to hear that they made it right in that sense.
Exactly. I'm very happy to hear that because at the start I thought, well, I was there and they weren't going to cover nobody, you know what I mean? So after I saw a few stuff on Twitter, I got my manager to message them to see what's happening, and he said, yeah, for the guys I find in London, they're going to try to cover camps for them, and they actually did this money this week, so fair play.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so at this moment in time, like across the world, nobody knows when some sort of normalcy is going to return. But it seems that Dana White is pretty hell-bent on staging fights soon, and he's gone as far as to get a private island. What are your thoughts on him getting a private island to host? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty surreal, right?
Yeah, it's like a Mortal Kombat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? For him to go out there and get islands and mad thing. Well, fair play to him. He's trying to make the sport carry on. You know what I mean? Also, for guys like us, it's going to be hard to do a camp. Like camps would be like a weird camp, you know what I mean? Everyone's closed, the gyms are closed, your coaches are isolating with their families, you got no training partners, so it would be hard to do a camp at the moment. So if the dude do a few events and I see that it's up and running and it's working, I'll have to think about it and see what I could do to get a camp together and so I could compete. Cause I want to compete this year, you know what I mean? I can't wait till next year or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm young, I'm fit, I'm in shape, so I want to compete this year. So if the dude do fights on the island or wherever they're doing fights, and it is working out, they did a few events and it's working out, then I will talk to my coaches and see what we can do to get a camp together and to get a fight done.
Mm-hmm. And well, I'm sure you've been keeping up to date with Dana's plans. It seems that everything's changing daily now. But yeah. Are you staying ready just in case you potentially get a call? Because it must be difficult to do that, knowing that there might not be a fight at the end of the preparations.
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking over at the moment. I still do my strength conditioning. I still do my runs in the morning and stuff. So I haven't done no martial arts since my fight got cancelled. I do a few boxing pads here and there, but I haven't done no martial arts since my fight got cancelled on that Sunday. So before fitness-wise, I'm taking over it with runs and a bit of lifting and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to do a camp, like I said. Because the whole world is shut down, especially in the UK. My gyms everywhere's closed. The gyms are closed. Coaches are spending time with their family, and you know what I mean. Some of my coaches are older, so they don't want to get it and stuff like that. So it will be tough to do a camp, but like I said, I want to compete this year, and if I have to do I'll get a few people to isolate a few people and to get a camp done. I'll probably have to do it.
Yeah, and you touched on it there. It is very Mortal Kombat and also Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon type stuff. So, wouldn't obviously you're a lifelong nearly lifelong martial artist. Wouldn't that be awesome to do to say that you did something similar to that?
Yeah, for sure. I love to do just to say I did it. It's like one of the things, right? You want to do it just to say, one day fucking the world will shut down. You fight in Ireland somewhere. Yeah, you don't. No one knows what Ireland is, which is a weird thing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Yeah, so I did a bit of digging. Obviously, it's my job to try to figure it out. And Endeavor, the group who own the UFC, they also represent Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry, who both own private islands. I know Eddie Murphy's is off the coast of the Bahamas. No, that's Tyler Perry's is off the coast of the Bahamas. I can't remember where Eddie Murphy's is. So maybe that's just me connecting dots or whatever. But if it would make exactly, mate. It'd be a good trip though, wouldn't it? You get some sunshine.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be a great fight week.
Yeah, exactly. And shortly after, I'm sure you saw this. Shortly after the cancellation of the fight, it seemed that Tyron Woodley was very, very quick to move on and entertain other fights with Gilbert Burns and Colby Covington. What was your immediate reaction to that, given how hard you had to campaign to get the fight, get him to take the fight?
Exactly. He's a weasel, and he's a weird guy. Fight cancelled. Literally, calling out everyone. Colby's coming off a loss. Even though they're both coming off a loss, you know what I mean? He's fighting an up-and-comer, which is me. And after I beat Tyron Woodley, I'll get into a title shot, you know what I mean? So for him to got it now into be calling for random fights, and I saw yesterday he's calling for Israel for Izzy at middleweight.
Yeah.
I thought he's lost. You know what I mean? He's just trying to keep his name relevant, but I don't think he'll compete. He says all these things, but he won't compete. I think he's just doing it for clout. Because it's hard enough to get him to fight when he's champion, let alone when the world is shut down and there's no fights going on. Everyone's just talking shit now because they know that the fight won't get made. You know what I mean? What they do is like a stupid thing that they know the fight won't get made. So what they do, they'll send Twitter, I'll fight anybody, blah blah blah, send me the contract. And then the UFC will contact them, and then they'll even outbid themselves for money. So I'll give them fucking like $1 million or whatever. I'll bid this out for money, and knowing that the UFC won't give them the money, then be like, I tried to get the fight, but blah blah blah, and it's all the like clout chasing. It's stupid, but he's there coming. He cannot run. You know what I mean? Our fight will happen after all this, and I will beat him just for the way he's been acting.
And like you're speaking about potentially getting the Woodley fight rebooked. Have you spoke all to the UFC since the cancellation of the fight? Have they said to you that this is the fight that they still want to put on?
Yeah, for sure. I spoke to them and they said this is the fight I want. You know what I mean? But also it's getting me to this. It's getting me either to the island or wherever they're gonna have the fights to the States. And that's the hard part at the moment. To whether or not guys from Europe can travel to the States or wherever the island is. You know what I mean? That's the hard part at the moment. But yeah, this is the fight I want. But I said to them anyway, let's say they do make Kobe Woodley, I wouldn't fight no one below me anyway. So it'll have to be someone above me. Yeah. If I fight, you know what I mean? Cause I'm on an 8-fight win streak, second most now to the current champion. I deserve a title shot already. You know what I mean? I'm only fight one more time because I want to, and I want to fight if it's someone above me. Or the title shot next. So that's on two options. Yeah.
I was about to say, surely, given your resume and your body of work over the last few years, I mean, it only makes sense that if Woodley isn't going to fight you, that you go for the title, right?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't fight no one below me anyway. It's either one of them, one of the top guys above me, or a title shot. That's all my only options. And if I have to wait it out, I'll wait it out.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you must have saw this a couple of weeks ago. It was kind of a polite call out from Wonderboy. He expressed an interest in fighting you. I know that's not necessarily the fight that you want at this moment in time, but I'm being realistic because Woodley might not fight you, and then there could be a delay with Usman Masvidal. Would you entertain something like that just in the time being?
Nah, I don't think so. Like I said, I've done enough work now that I'm guaranteed a title shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Wonderboy's in a 1-fight winning streak. He just got knocked out by a lightweight. So for me now to go out there let's say I go out there and I do fight Wonderboy and I beat him, that does not guarantee me a title shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because get someone that's got on a 1-fight winning streak, just been knocked out. It's not a big draw in the UFC, so they probably talk another shit again and try to give me another fight again before I get to the title. You know what I mean? So I want someone above me or the title shot. That's my only option.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. And going back to Usman Masvidal that I said there, that I think that was targeted for International Fight Week in July. But given the landscape of the globe, we don't know when things are gonna be returning to normal. That could very well be pushed back until the autumn. And I mean, what does that mean for yourself? Are you willing to sit and wait on the sidelines for the winner of that fight? Because I know you said you wanted to remain active, and I mean you've got yourself into a perfect rhythm of fighting every few months. So I know this is out of your control, but that could potentially be a situation that arises.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much, really. Mm-hmm. My focus now is on getting that Woodley fight rebooked and to compete this year. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was my plan. So I'm keeping my focus on Woodley, and we'll see where it goes from there. If them two fight, it depends when they fight. You never know, so we'll see. Mm-hmm.
And some light-hearted questions to cheer everything up. Have you watched Tiger King?
Yeah. Oh man, it's a mad program, man.
It is madness. Okay. So I think my burning question with regards to that is: did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Just the way she looks like a killer. Even we should put search sodium oil or what she said. Nah, if I was gonna kill him, I'll use sodium oil or whatever she said.
Yeah.
So, that's too Pacific, you know what I mean? Like, she definitely did it.
Okay, and a final one from me. Is there a message that you want to send to the UK fans who unfortunately didn't get to see you compete last month? And is there a message that you want to send to Tyron regarding the status of your fight?
As far as the UK goes, I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me. I hope to get another show booked to the UK to entertain the fans in the UK. As far as Tyron Woodley, is stop being a little bitch. His day will come and just be patient. You get your ass whooping, you know what I mean? He's going to corner everybody apart from me. He seems to get a slight chance to run. He ran, and that's why I know he doesn't want to fight me. He knows I'll beat him, and I cannot wait for the day to come.
All right, Leon, it's a pleasure as always. Thanks very much for the time today. I appreciate it. I hope you and your family stay safe, and hopefully see you. It'll probably be towards the end of the year now, given how things are going on. But yeah, I'll speak to you soon and stay in touch.
Good man, thank you, brother.
Take care.
See you, look after the family.
Will do. Take care.
Right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.